What's up, YouTube? Been traveling for the last week or so. Came home to find this waiting for me. What it is a complete top end for a Walther PDP steel frame. This is from Parker Mountain Machine. It has a dual port comp and one of their threaded barrels that has the comp attached to it. And this thing is pretty fly. So few things to talk about how you can or can't get one and how it's put together before I get into the details. Like I said, full disclosure, Parker Mountain Machine sent this to me, so I did not pay for it. And I'm pretty lucky they hooked me up because, well, this is the tough part to get into. Walther does not sell slides individually. Parker Mountain cannot get extra slides or order them in bulk from Walther. So once in a while they can piece them together, ones and twos, stuff they find online, stuff like that, which is where they got this slide they hooked me up with. But otherwise they can't get them in bulk enough to sell it where it's just a mouse click and you could just buy the whole thing as a package. Trust me, they wish that was the case. They wish they could source slides in bulk because, I mean, that would be pretty choice. So unfortunately, this is something you have to build. And I'll talk through what it is. So I already had a 5-inch steel-framed Walther PDP. Then the top end is from a 4-inch steel frame Walther PDP because the frames are not, or the slides are not interchangeable between polymer and steel frame. They're proprietary for that model. So this is a 4-inch slide from a steel frame with, call it an inch or so of compensator to make it equal 5-inch, and this gun fits in a regular 5-inch steel frame holster. So that is pretty slick. So Parker Mountain Machine has a barrel they make. See, that's their logo on the side of it. So they have a threaded barrel. And the way this compensator is attached is it's threaded like a rifle muzzle device for people familiar. So it comes with different shims, which Parker Mountain sent me a handful of them in case I ever wanted to take off the comp or anything like that. So the shims you would use to time it. So you tighten down the comp until it stops. For the sake of, maybe it's off center, so it's like it's way angled, outwards like this. It won't fit in the dust cover. Then you take the comp back off, add shims until you were able to time it to make it. So when you tighten it all the way down, it fits like this in the dust cover because obviously if it was off center, the slide wouldn't travel back and forth or be rubbing on the side of the slide. So then that, I think it's red Loctite, and then the comp's permanently attached. So taking this apart to clean it, all I do is just take the slide off the frame, pull the recoil spring out, and then I kind of just wipe around the barrel if I want to while it's still in the slide, so to speak. Because you could kind of tip it up or down or move it around, but you can't completely remove the barrel from the slide with this compensator attached. However, I like that part because I've seen a couple of the different styles that are attached with set screws in the side, and without fail, at some point, they're all going to come loose. So I like that this is a more permanent solution because I don't have to worry about being in the middle of a dirt pit out in the middle of nowhere and having some little set screw, like I lose it or something comes loose. I don't have a way to fix it. So I like that it is more permanent, but I don't have to worry about it coming loose. I should have grabbed it. It's in the basement, but Parker Mountain also sent me a little fixture. I think they call it like a barrel block that goes in a vise that fits the outline of this comp. So you'd put the comp in the vise. Then there's a way to hold on the barrel to help unthread it, and that clamps around the fixture they sell, clamps around the compensator to keep it all put in one place basically. So what else? That's how you build the gun. So it kind of requires having two guns, or I have seen online sometimes companies will have extra Walther slides they'll be selling. So I have a friend that did that and got one for a polymer frame gun that he built a dual port on. So just one of those things you have to be quick when they come in stock. But that's what it is. I also have one I've talked about on this channel quite a fair bit. There's the polymer one that I've been shooting a while. Dual port comp. Again, 5-inch frame for a 5-inch, 4-inch slide, inch of comp on the end. So it's very similar in every way. Other than just, it's for a steel frame. This one's for or polymer, that one's for a steel frame. As far as how they shoot, this one shoots even softer. So with the polymer gun, I thought this was like, man, this thing shoots softer than anything I've ever owned, which it does. Maybe not quite Staccato XC soft, but pretty close. This gun, the steel frame, is even softer yet. Not much as far as like concussion from muzzle blast or anything like that. But shooting rapid fire doubles with this thing at 5, 10, 15 yards, it was stacking them. And at 5 yards, I was putting just pairs would be under a 50-cent piece easily. Just my first trip out with it. And like the other gun, the goal was just hold the thing neutral. Don't push down or try to do any kind of recoil management. Just hold the gun in place, stare at the spot you want to hit, and just let bullets track there. So, also on the slide, Parker Mountain sent me this one with tall black front, black rear, kind of suppressor height sights. If you look, I'm not going to get a good view, but if you look through the window, you can just see the top and bottom edge of it through the bottom of the window, but they're not co-witness or anything like that. They're still pretty low, which was very nice of them to do. With this setup, to change the front sight, I would have to take the barrel out, which would require me to take off the compensator. So it was nice they put iron sights on it, because if I ever wanted to, I could just remove the dot and just shoot it as irons, or like I said, I could use the comp or use the dot with the co-witness stuff. The other one I have, they left on the factory Walther sights, which I cannot see through the optic at all. They're too low. But if I took the optic off, I could use those, I suppose, if I wanted to. Not that you would. It's a red dot world. But anyway, what else? This also has one of Parker Mountain Machines plates. This one is for an RMR pattern. It blends in really well with the slide. So I like how well it all blends. No issues so far. And this one, I put a Hollow Sun 507 comp, one of my go-to red dots on it. So that's it. Like I said, I've had one trip to the range with it. It'll get shot a bunch more this week and in future trips, but just wanted to kind of talk through what it is, how you get one, and you know, it's kind of like Ferris Bueller. It's the Ferris Bueller line. This really is so choice, and if you have the means, I highly recommend it. But if you're tight on money, this probably isn't something you have to have. But if, as opposed to this, you'd be buying a 2011 or something like that, kind of a higher dollar or a custom gun, something like that. This is super fun to shoot, and I like the fact that I could just change slides or change, have a regular and a comp gun, and they take the exact same holster, same mags. I haven't tried any different ammo. This is just regular 115, 124 Blazer, my reloads, whatever I have. So I'm sure with some special ammo and tuning and stuff, you can get it shoot soft, but I like that I can just shoot whatever ammo I'm already shooting through the guns, and it's been pretty awesome. So hopefully that explains what it is, how you get one. If you have questions or comments, put them below. Like, share, subscribe if you want. Either way, I appreciate you watching.